Hi, friends. This is Deborah, and I thought I would just pop in and say hi and answer some of the questions and concerns that you posted when we asked you. And let me just assure you that we're going to answer all of those things as this week goes on, but I wanted to just go ahead and answer some things personally. I took some notes, and one of the things that I saw several times was that your concern is about having enough time to do this. Well, that's a concern for everybody because nobody raised their hand and said, I have a ton of free time. I think I need to go find something else to do, right? Nobody did. I started out as a coach when I was working a full time job with 60 hours a week as a vice president. And what I did is I would get up in the morning and I would do a little bit of my Beachbody things. And then maybe I would have some time during the day to respond to some messages. And then I would do more in the evening. So if you have young kids, maybe you do it after they go to bed, something like that. Coaches, most coaches are either building this business while working a full-time job or they're doing it while being a stay-at-home mom, which is also more than a full-time job, right? Because you have little ones all the time that want your attention. One of my good friends was a lawyer, a partner in a law firm, and she built her business for 4 years while working in that law firm. And when she finally decided to quit her law job and be a full-time coach, she was making well over six figures. So you can definitely do this with the time that you have. Most likely when you get started, we're going to need for you to spend about an hour, maybe two a day. And I say maybe two because you're going to have a learning curve. So we're going to have you in our new coach mentoring program. And we're going to be asking you to do some training and look at some videos and webinars and things like that. And that takes up a little extra time than it would normally take you to get your normal work done. We did a survey not too long ago of the coaches. We're all in a Facebook group that are 5-star and above. So these are all more than six-figure earners in the company. And none of us are working a full 8 hours a day. None of us. No matter how much money we're making, we're not working a full-time job. So I'm working less hours than I was working and I'm making more money. Who knew? But the important thing to know is that the average amount of time that coaches that are earning more than six figures say that they're spending on their work every day is 2 to 3 hours. So that goes into one of the other questions somebody asked, and that's how do I track goals? How do I find out what to do? Well, we're not going to expect you to learn this by osmosis, let me assure you. Team Beachbody has a ton of training materials that we're going to hook you up with, but Team Dare to Dream, our very own Team Dare to Dream, has training materials as well that are going to help you know what you need to know in the order that you need to know it. So we have a team group for all of our coaches that you will be in, and you'll have access to me and all the leaders in our team to ask questions and to get help. We have weekly team calls. We do things like the coach sneak peek to help you spread the word to your friends. We have our coach mentoring program that we run every month. So there's a lot of information that we're able to help you with. So really what we do is we help duplicate ourselves. So that's what my job is as a leader of the team. That's what the coach that asked you to be a part of this team, that's what their job is to duplicate. Not to recreate the wheel, but to duplicate. So I want to show you how I did this. And that's what I'm going to do. And then you can then pay it forward and show somebody how you did it. And that's the way we do it. It's not always easy, because if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? But it is simple. And self-discipline and making that time each day is going to be very important. Like I said, nobody has spare time, but there are many people that are making this work, and they are achieving a life that they only thought they could ever dream about. So why not you? That's really what you have to ask yourself, is why not me? And maybe you come up with the answer that, really, I'm okay with what I'm doing. I don't really want more out of life. And when I say more, I don't mean more money. Because yeah, you may get more money, but I know some of you said that you want to make a difference in the world. And I can tell you, when I became a full-time coach after losing I thought was for my retirement job. I'd been there for almost 20 years. I thought I was going to retire there. When I lost that job unexpectedly, I knew that no matter what it took for me, it was more important for me to work in a job like this that brought meaning into my life and made me feel good about myself and lifted me up, that it was more important to me and my mental health, which is more important to my family as well, than replacing my corporate income. I knew I needed to make an income because we are not a one-income family. At least we weren't back then. So my family needed my income, but I was already calculating in my mind, how can we get by on less? So that's the level of commitment I had to this. I was going to make this work no matter what, because it was that important to me. Now, of course, we have more than replaced the income that I made. So that's like the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake to being able to do something that you love and that brings meaning to your world. And, you know, if you just help change one person's life, is it worth it? Well, it's definitely worth it to that one person. And so that's really the foundation and the philosophy that we have in the company, is that we're here to help people. And we're starting with you. And so those of you that talk about accountability to your own fitness, definitely. Coaches are more accountable to their own fitness. You may, if you guys are following me, you may think that I have no problem sticking to my fitness routine. Let me tell you this. I took a 10-year hiatus from fitness before I became a coach. And with Beachbody products, I started working out again, right? Started getting fit. And then when I became a coach, that brought that additional layer of accountability. There's days when I don't want to work out. There's days when I just want to dive into a bag of chocolate-covered almonds. And I'm not saying I don't do that some days, because I totally believe that we are real people and we have to be real and we have to let people know that we're not perfect. I'm so far from that. But I can tell you this, that being a coach helps me get back on that bandwagon every single time. This is the longest stretch of fitness and living a healthy, focused lifestyle that I've ever had in my whole life. And that is since I've become a coach. So it definitely does help you hold yourself more accountable. Several of you asked about how do I get started and how do I find customers? Well, getting started, we'll tell you about that tomorrow, or I might even post that video tonight. It's very super easy. How do you find customers though? We're going to teach you how to do that, but here's the thing that you must know, and you're not going to believe me, but I'm telling you it's the truth. It doesn't matter who you know today. It only matters who you're going to know tomorrow. You don't have to have a large Facebook audience. You don't have to know a ton of people. You don't have to be a part of a large social circle. You don't have to know anybody that wants to get fit and healthy, because I didn't when I started as a coach. And many, many uber successful coaches started the same way. I'm an introvert. I don't have large social circles. I'm not comfortable hanging out with groups of women and doing all the, the PTAs and the makeup parties and all that. But when I started this, I just started with my Facebook list, which was very small back then. And I just started posting about what I was doing. I followed the advice that I was given in my training programs from my coach about adding new friends on Facebook and continuing to post. And I'm telling you, it's just daily activities repeated over time. I will share that with you. I want to duplicate that in you. It's not complicated, right? It's not. It's very doable if you are committed, like I said, to spending that time every day. I have a list here. It's called our daily activities list. Check, check, check. That's what we do. So don't let the fact that you don't know who your customers are going to be. I didn't either. I didn't know you guys. I didn't know 99.9% of the people on my team or in my customer list. I did not know them before I became a coach. So that's that. So if you have any more questions, go ahead and post below and we will definitely answer them. And I'm really excited. I can't tell you it's such a privilege for you to even be invited to be a part of Team Dare to Dream. I take that very, very seriously because the people that we attract to our team are just quality, big-hearted, full of integrity, kind, caring people that want to make a difference. And we want to do it the right way. And we believe in what we do. And for someone to invite you to be inside of our gated community, you should take that as a huge compliment. And I certainly hope that that this rings to you. If this doesn't speak to you as something you want to do, then you know that if nothing else, we're here to support you on your fitness journey. So with that, I'll say goodbye and good luck, and I'll talk to you soon.